This is tier list for 1.7. This is the Rena patch. This is the way that I do my tier list. If you guys are unfamiliar, I like to have... Sorry, one sec. My mic stand is not where I want it to be. All right, this is the way that I do my tier lists. This one, I did add a tier to this because there are a couple pretty egregious heroes at the moment, so I have S+ on this. This is S+ is going to be your piss-broken heroes, literally banned every game. The next tier, S tier, these are going to be like your must picks. Like, these are the heroes who are generally going to be your picks and bans. Again, S+ is just like the tippy top of S tier, right? I just figured I'd break it up because there's some egregious shit. A+, this is like your pretty strong heroes. These are usually making it through the ban phase. Pretty much pickable every game, right? A, these are like playable heroes. You can play them pretty much every game, right? Maybe you have some good, maybe you have some bad matchups, but like they're solid, right? And then B, matchup dependent, or like you're kind of meh, like okay heroes. C, bad. F, worse. And we're gonna go into Argus. I think Argus is okay. He's all right. Good wave clear, good lane pressure. I think you're kind of forced to go the mana conduit augment right now, which is like kind of rough because you don't have a damage dealing augment. Your augment is just to make your lane play a little bit better, which is not always what you exactly want, but it is okay. Aurora. People don't play this champ for some reason. I don't know why nobody in ranked plays Aurora, but this character is quite good. Really good into tanks in the off lane. Pretty good jungle clear at the moment as well. You can build like AP, you can go hybrid, you can go full tank. You do kind of require follow-up from your team. Like you can solo most squishies, but like in a fight, you need your team to be, present at the mic. And but I do think she's quite good. Like lots of lane pressure and off lane. Boris. Again, so side note, just for clarification, ranked tier list. This is what to play in ranked. This is like what you should be picking in ranked to win games. Not really taking in like competitive play into account. This is like for the average ranked player. Boris is like borderline S+, might move up. This character is just gross. You have like incredible jungle clear. You have really you 1v1 every champ in the game. You can pull Fangtooth at 5 minutes. You can solo Prime. You can solo Primal. He just kind of does everything. He really does just kind of do everything at the moment. Too tanky. You can never 1v1 this character. Even when you do lock him down, if he presses E before you lock him down, you're not killing him because he has fucking 50% damage mitigation. So like, good luck. And he's a little OP at the moment. Countess. Countess in off lane is probably A tier. Same with mid lane. In the jungle, honestly, she's probably closer to A+. Countess has like some of the best jungle clear in the game right now. Like some of the fastest jungle clear in the game. It's a little insane how much her jungle clear is, but it's because she was so broken in off lane. They're just trying to force her back into the jungle, which is like fine, like whatever. As like a mid off laner, I'd probably put her in A. As a jungler, I'd probably put her A+. Really good clear. The one downside to Countess is you don't really hit objectives at fucking 5 minutes, right? Like you can, you're not gonna die to it, but like it takes you fucking a minute to clear Fangtooth at 5 minutes, right? It takes you a really long time to clear it. Good team fight. Bloodwell's OP. You full heal whenever you get a kill, so pretty good hero, I think. Crunch. Crunch is probably like A+. I don't know, man. I think this character is good. You're seeing a lot of like Richter Steel Mourn played at the moment, which is harder to play Crunch into. But if you're playing off lane and you just want to play a duelist who can split push all game, and you just really can't lose 1v1s, like Crunch is a really good pick, right? Even in the jungle, Crunch's gank is pretty good. He does a lot of fucking damage. You can solo objectives. Like, I do think I'm going to put him A+. I think he's like, this is like an underrated character. Like, people aren't playing Crunch right now. I'm not really sure why people don't pick this champ, but he is quite good in jungle. And then I also think he's good in off lane. He's a little bit matchup dependent in off lane, but I don't think he's like Like, you could pretty much blind this character in offlane and you're going to be okay. What augment on Crunch? I think generally speaking, you're going the passive augment, but the dash augment is good. And then Falcon Crunch is like usable if you need it. But I think the passive augment is what most people are building, like in offlane at least. In the jungle, I think the dash augment is a little better, but it's one of those two. I think they're both fine. Decker, good champ. It's fucking Decker, man. There's like never been a time in Pred history where Decker has been below fucking A tier. Character just infinite range stun, 3-second combo CC that combos into each other. Cage, slow, good wave clear. As a support, quite good. As a mid laner, low-key pretty good. Go the Q Aug on Decker mid, and you out-clear a lot of mid laners somehow, which is kind of gross, but pretty good. Drongo, I believe on my last tier list was C tier. They buffed him. Low-key, don't think it did anything. Character just like, man, like why are we picking Drongo? Like, why are you, like, for what purpose are you locking in Drongo? You know what I mean? Like, he just doesn't really do anything, right? If you max Boomerang, your wave clear's okay. You can never win a 1v1. You really don't win a 2v2 either. He has Armor Shred on his ult. He has CC immunity. He has a decent escape when his ult is up. Cool. The ult augment sucks. You're never going ult augment on this character. And if you're not going ult aug, then you're like, yeah, sure, I have safety every 90 seconds when my ultimate is up. Cool. Who cares? If you go Rad Rounds augment, yeah, your wave clear is actually pretty good, but you have to use Rad Rounds on the wave, which means you can't kill anybody. Like, I don't, you can go Q augment and you have some healing, but like, whatever, right? They changed it, so it's not like Giga OP. You actually have to like level the ability and shit. It's, I don't know, man. I just don't really see like the reason to play this character at the moment. Fangmau got some nerfs in the last patch. I honestly, he could go up. Fangmau might be close to S tier. Very good champ. Very good champ. Playable mid, playable offlane, matchup dependent in mid and offlane. In the jungle, this character is just really good. Pretty good clear. Really good team fight. Really good at just getting picks. If you ever get like 3 stacks before 5 minutes, the game is over. Yeah. A very, very good hero. If you're good at the character, you will win a lot of games. Even after the nerfs, I think he's still fine. Like, Loki might be S tier, one of the better characters to like solo carry games on, especially in like plat, right? Where people are, if you're in a rank where people are bad at grouping, like if you're in the metal ranks and people are bad at grouping, he just instantly becomes good, right? Because when people aren't grouped up, you're never losing 1v1s on Fangmau. So like, cool. Gadget, dude, I've tried to make Gadget work a lot. I don't think the champ is actually that bad. It's just too slow for ranked. I don't think you should play it in ranked. I think it's too slow. If your game doesn't go 25 minutes or 30 minutes and it be even, your game is over. It's like, yes, you have good wave clear. You can defend really well on this character. On defense, it's budget Iggy, right? Like, it's just slightly worse Iggy on defense. But, like, you're scaling, so, you know, like, eventually your defense becomes a little better than Iggy's, and then you can start fighting back. I think she's like, I think the character isn't that bad. I just think the game of Predecessor is played so fast right now that if you're not strong, if you're not, like, especially as a mid laner, if you can't win the fight for Fangtooth #1 with your ultimate, I just don't think it's worth it to play. And Gadget ult level 1 does fucking 200 damage. Like, who cares? I just don't think it's worth playing. I've tried to make it work. I don't see it in ranked. In ranked, I just don't think you should play it. Gideon, on the opposite side, one of the better mid laners in ranked. Really good wave pressure, really good 1v1 potential, really strong ultimate. You can go the stupid-ass tank build that is like fucking true silver, a couple HP items, ult augment, and you just play for the ultimate. That's pretty good if you want to play for engage for your team. That is pretty good. The other option is just go like burst damage. You go the Q augment. You go like combustion Noxia. That build is pretty good as well. It just kind of depends on what you want to do, right? Does your team have a really good all in? Then the ult build is pretty good. If your team is kind of like a poke comp, or like you kind of want to play front to back, then like the bursty build is a little better. Really good lane pressure. Really good 1v1 potential. Good champ. Greystone. He's good. He's matchup dependent. Greystone is at least in the off lane, right? Which is where I would play him. Greystone jungle is like okay. I don't think it's bad. It's just okay. Greystone off lane is matchup dependent. He hard shits on a couple of heroes like Grux or Chimera, right? These characters that are dependent on their healing for their early lane. If you go anti-heal augment, you just win because you're Greystone. But if you play Greystone and you run into some shit like Mourn or Sevarog, like your game is over. You are absolutely useless in your lane. You can never kill them. They can definitely kill you. You have no kill pressure. You're gonna get your ult forced constantly. It's gonna be really painful. So matchup dependent, but I do think he's good in his good matchups. Grimm, solid carry. I don't think I would put him much higher than A tier. I think people are going to struggle to play him in ranked. The bubble augment, if you go like Lightning Hawk Ashbringer, the bubble augment is low-key broken. But I don't know. I would put I feel like he's probably A+. I feel like he's fine. Like he's good. His early lane is like his level like 1 through 5 is kind of bad, but then like once you get your first base, it becomes really good. You have good poke. Your like 1v1's really good. Your 2v2's really good. If you're good at using your bubble, you'll never die, even though you have a big hitbox and you're slow. Ult is good. You just go bubble aug. Yeah, you go like Lightning Hawk Ashbringer. Late game, this character is absolutely broken. He's just like a hyper carry. Right, if you get through the early lane, you'll be okay, but he is kind of a hyper carry. You have to get to 3-4 items, and then you actually do just start schmelting people. Grux. It's Grux, man. Like, what do you want me to say about Grux? He's fine. He's Grux. You sometimes just win lane for free because you're Grux. Sometimes you just lose lane for free because you're Grux. Like, it fucking happens. It is what it is. Grux jungle is okay, I guess. Yo, Casper with the primer, man. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you for the primer. Welcome to the pin zone. But yeah, he's fine. Like, you do just win some matchups for free. Ashbringer Grux is really good in ranked because people don't like CC properly, so you get your Ashbringer value and you just kind of win 1v2s. Otherwise, you can go normal like tank Grux, and that's pretty good. But yeah, he's decent. Howie, okay, mid laner. Attack speed build with 3 redwood short bows. Kind of schmelts if you know, you know. But he's okay. He just doesn't do much that the other mid laners don't do at the moment. He loses hard to the good mid laners right now. He just loses lane really hard to them. So it is kind of difficult to play Howie at the moment. This character shits out damage. It's just I think it's really hard to stay alive. Especially in like an uncoordinated ranked environment. I think it's really hard for you to stay alive in a fight. Like if the enemy team decides that you're gonna die, you're dead, right? You do just die. So I think again, it's like it's kind of risk reward. If you're not playing against Gideon or Bellica, I think it's okay to play in mid. Those two characters absolutely farm Howitzer. But I don't know. He's like he shits out damage. I just think it's too hard to keep alive. Iggy. In ranked, Iggy's probably A tier. Your team has to group around objectives to make Iggy good. You can go the ult build on Iggy. You can go Entropy Overseer with the Iggy ult augment. You're going ult augment, by the way. Do not, under any circumstance, do not take the turret augment. The 4 turret augment is absolute trash. Do not take that. Do not take that augment. It's absolutely horrible. Take the ult augment. It's pretty good. The Molotov augment, also bad. Don't take that. The ult augment is pretty good. Take the ult augment and you slam. I would go, you're going Entropy every game. If you take, like, I think you go Overseer every game now. Your ult does so much fucking damage. Like, you one-shot squishies with your ultimate, right? Like, on, like, 3 items, the enemy carry just dies to your ultimate. They just die. Pretty good, but your team does have to group around objectives to get the most value out of it. Otherwise, you're just kind of playing a prio mid that doesn't do a whole lot. And, yeah, decent champ. Kalari. Better than I think people think she is. I think it takes a little more skill to play Kalari than like Fangmau, in my opinion. I do think Kalari's a little harder to play. But if you're good at her, I do think that like it's a champ that does a lot. You do like your range of engagement is so far that like when a squishy steps out of position for like because your range to engage is so far, a squishy can step out of position only a little bit and you're instantly on them. It's quite good. You can go crit Kalari, and it's really good late game. It's a kind of a scaling build. You're like strong on 1 item, but then you fall off a little bit on like 2, 3, but then you're really strong on 4 items. Or you can go the cooldown augment on Kalari and go normal assassin build. Both are fine. The assassin build just comes online a little sooner. The crit build is just stronger late game. Both are good. Character just takes a little bit of skill to use. Chimera, kind of the opposite. Takes 0 skill to use. Decent character. Hits Fangtooth at 5 minutes. Really good jungle clear. Healthy jungle clear. Easy to play. It's just Kai. Like, he's been nerfed a bunch. He's not as good as he was a couple of patches ago, but I think he's still fine. Kira, one of the better carries, in my opinion. Passy on this champ is really gross. Q Augment is also really gross. You just kind of have a guaranteed kill on whoever you start hitting in a fight. And that's kind of good. Believe it or not, guaranteed kills are good. Ultimate's pretty good now because the Q-Aug is OP. So if you ult a couple of people, you get your passive stacked, you hit another person, get your passive on them, you press Q, do 1,000 damage to everybody. That's pretty good. Just a good champ. Wave clear is bad, but if you play it with a support like Decker that has wave clear, you're good to go. Kwang, been nerfed a hell of a lot. They nerfed Kwang like pretty hard in one patch, and then they nerfed him again in the next patch. I still think he's pretty solid. Tether is just a gross ability. Like, truthfully, Tether is just a disgusting ability. Kwang jungle is probably where I'd play him right now. Kwang support is pretty good. Kwang offlane is still okay. But in the jungle, it's just gross. Like, you still do a lot of damage. Like, if you're on 3 items and you're building power, Tether right click does 5 hundo to the enemy mid laner. Like, unlucky. Tether right click from outside your range, and you don't get to play the game. And I do think he's still quite good. Bellica, just why did we not nerf Bellica? Riddle me this, Batman. Why did we not nerf Bellica last patch? Huh? What could possibly be the reason behind not nerfing Bellica? I could never explain it. I could never tell you why we didn't nerf Bellica last patch. Really, really, really good champion. Just does everything. It just does everything. It has the best level 1 wave clear in the game. It fucking walks at you level 1. It does half your HP. It has a stun that hits through walls. She has a one-shot combo. Auto attack build is OP. You do good damage to objectives. You do decent damage to tanks, right? Like, that was always her downside, was that you can't play her into tanks, but right now you can because her auto attack build is so good. Just a disgusting champ, man. Like, it's gross. Oragesh, decent. Honestly, probably closer to A+. Again, just another kind of gross champion. Just kind of gross. Like, play her off lane, play her mid lane. Both are good. In off lane, a lot of the time you just auto win, right? You do just auto win the matchup because you're Oragesh, especially in lower ranks where people have no idea how to play against you. You do just kind of win the matchup for free. In mid lane, 10% harder to play because you're usually against a ranged hero, but still kind of gross. If you make it to 1 item, you just kind of win against most mid laners. If you're not 0-3 when you get your first item, you do just kind of win. But yeah, just a stupid little champion, honestly. Mourn. Very good. Very good. Good and off, primarily in the off lane. Are you playing Mourn right now? Passive got Giga buffed. It slams. It does so much fucking damage. It heals you for 10 billion. And you have it every fucking 4 seconds if you go passive augment. I do still think, like, Spider Mourn is pretty good. I think Ultog is pretty good. I think if you're playing him off lane, you probably go passive augment. You just walk it. You just walk up level 3. You passive auto. You press Q. You press E. You passive auto again, and that is half their HP gone, and you don't get to play the game. Like, it is really gross. So I do think Mourn is quite good. Mourn ult also just super stupid. Mourn ult is really annoying to play against. Murdoch, average carry. Shoots things. That's just what Murdoch does. Shoots things. Decent survivability between pushback and move speed. Has traps, annoying to play against in pits. Has snipe, can get kills early. But just a carry. Muriel. I think she's okay. It's so hard. I'm even maybe B. I think Muriel is the champion is good. I think playing around Muriel in ranked is something that your teammates will never do. I think it's so. I think it's like people don't expect to get Muriel ulted. So even if you're good at Muriel, your teammates will like run away from shit when if they stand and fight with Muriel, you win. And so like they walk away, you ult them. Now your ult kind of got wasted. They might die anyway because they walked away instead of getting the knock up. And so like it's just really awkward to play with Muriel in ranked because it depends on your teammates knowing what to do for your character to get the most value. She has decent like pressure in duo lane, like levels 1 through 5, but it like you play Muriel for the ultimate, and people don't know how to play around the ultimate. It's just really tough to play in ranked and get value out of, in my opinion. Narbash, like Muriel but easier, right? It's like Muriel, but your teammate doesn't have to know what to do when you're not there, right? Like on like Muriel, right? Oh, I'm in duo lane. My offlaner has to know that I have ult so they can keep fighting, right? That kind of thing. Narbash is kind of like that, where it depends on your teammates to do things. But what Narbash does is literally stand next to his team, and he gives them healing and attack speed and move speed and ult and a slow and an easy to hit stun and a knock up. Right? Like it's kind of like Muriel, but like way easier to play. I think Narbash is like solid if you're playing a team like, you know, if you have Greystone, Grx, anything that wants to walk at people, Narbash is pretty good. Phase, meh, whatever, man. This character is fine. Really annoying to play against, but like realistically, I think the champ is just okay. I think you have to be really good at Phase to like make it look good, and I think the number of good Phase players is very low. So Rampage, really good in my opinion. Offlane primarily, you can play him in the jungle, still good. Offlane Rumble Augment is just so fucking good, man. It is so gross. Like, dude, the early game on Rumble Augment is so disgusting. It is so gross to just be able to walk up level 1 and just like rumble auto, rumble auto, rumble auto, and then they don't get to play the game. It is so funny. But it is pretty good. I do think it's pretty good. It has a lot of lane pressure. If you are good at converting that, it's quite good. Rampage is a jungler. I think it's still pretty solid. Rampage as a support is really good into Grimm. Outside of that, I probably wouldn't play it in ranked. But I do think the Rampage character is quite good. Revenant was Giga OP a couple patches ago. They nerfed him. I think he's still better than people think he is. But I think he's back to being a snowball character. I think like when he was Giga broken, right? When the fourth shot augment was like super OP, you didn't have to snowball, right? Like you could just be Revenant and that was enough. Now I think he's back to being more of a snowball hero. Like if you do get a kill early, like the game is over. You do just kind of win. But if you don't, I think you're just like you're playing still like I think he's solid, right? But I don't think he's like Giga broken, right? Old Revenant, right? A patch ago Revenant, you could be 0-0 on 4 items and you were one-shotting people, right? Now if you're 0-0 on 4 items, you're like 3-shotting people, which is still like good, right? Don't get me wrong. But it's not what it was before. I think he's back to being like, if you're ahead, he's OP. If you're not, it's okay. I was ramp support good into Grimm. If you pull rock and jump on him, he cannot bubble it. The jump hits first. So you have a guaranteed stun on Grimm every time. Richter, another hero that I think is better than people think it is. I think Richter right now, you don't have to be super sticky. I think like if you play Rick support, you're really hard to kill. If you're bad at hooks, you can just go the regen augment and it's OP. You're super tanky. You just stand in the middle of a fight and you eat damage, and then the enemy team uses all their buttons on you and you don't die. Rampage, Richter jungle, okay. It's fine. His clear is not bad. His gank, he still has hook, right? Rampage, or dude, fuck, man. Why am I keep saying Rampage? Richter offlane, decent. I don't know what you'd play it into. You'd probably play it into like Mourn and it'd be okay. Decent wave clear, but outside of that, not much. But yeah, as a support, pretty good. You can, even if you can't hit a hook, you just go regen and augment and you just stand in the middle of a fight and eat abilities. Serath dropped quite a bit in my opinion after the change to Serath Q, so that doesn't work with Ashbringer. It is significantly worse. I do still think like Sky Splitter Draconum is really annoying. You do have the ability to just kill everybody in a fight, but it kind of depends on the enemy team not having instant CC. If the enemy team has something like a Mourn or even a Boris, right, they have instant crowd control. You should just insta-die in a fight. Like, you should go in, you should Q somebody, and then you should get CC'd and die. If they don't have that, if they don't have instant CC, it's good. Still has the ability to take over games, right? Still a carry champion, but significantly worse than it was than when it had the Ashbringer build. Sevarog, just absolutely insane, man. What a hero, truly. One of the heroes of all time, if I had to say so myself. This champ can get full stacks in like 12 minutes right now. You can, if you're playing in the jungle, you can go the execute augment. You have really good clear now, especially with buffed Elefrost. You have really good jungle clear. You're just the beefiest motherfucker in the land, and they can't do anything about it. Just really, really good. Really, it just comes online so early, specifically out of the off lane. If you go dash augment, you get full stacks like 12, 13 minutes. You just come online so early that nobody can deal with you. Nobody can deal with you until like 4 items and you're OP at 2 items, right? So like, what do they do for 2 items? They just lose, right? You can do whatever you want at that point in the game. Nobody can stop you. He just has 10 minutes where he's uncontestable. And then even after that, he's still like you gotta play good against Sevarog to ever kill this thing, right? It's not like you instantly die when they get 4 items. It's just like, oh, the game is kind of even now, right? They evened it out. But it's not like you just lose. Yeah, very, very, very good hero. Shinbi, honestly, don't see a lot of reason to play Shinbi at the moment. I will say, this is the one hero that I'll bring up Legacy on. If you are playing jungle on Legacy, Shinbi is low-key OP. This character on Legacy, because there's so many camps on the map, if you go the haste augment on this character, you can get like 50 stacks on that shit at 25 minutes. It is actually so funny. You can have a million ability haste if you're playing on Legacy, but on like normal map for ranked, I just don't really know why you'd play her. She's a split pusher. She is good at split pushing right now. I think she's like, the character herself is kind of strong. I just think split pushing as a whole like is a little awkward right now. Right, and unless you're playing a character like Wukong who just gets out for free, right? Shinbi kind of has to fight her way out. She wants to bait the 1v1. Wukong, if they send 3 people to Wukong, he doesn't care, right? If they send 3 people to Shinbi, she kind of starts to care. It's just like, it's kind of like a bad split pusher at the moment. In the jungle, I think it's just okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think she's awesome. Skyler, decent carry, I think. She's fine. She shoots people, has a decent ultimate, really annoying slow. Beam destroys tanks, really good against tanks. Outside of that, she's fine. Sparrow, pretty good. They've nerfed Sparrow a couple times now. I don't think it matters. You can go ult augment, you can one-shot people, you can go invis augment, and you be really, really, really annoying. You still have an ability that hits for fucking like 5 hundo level 5, which is disgusting. And yeah, pretty good champ. What, Skyler augment? I think you're going the Q augment most of the time. The fly augment isn't bad, but I don't think it's amazing. I think the Q aug is generally better. Yes, I mean, Sparrow's fine, man. She's a carry that does a lot of damage, pretty good early lane. Harder to keep it alive in team fights, but does enough damage, I think, to justify it. Steel, good. Really annoying. Good offlaner, decent, like pretty good support. You could play him in the jungle. I haven't played Steel jungle with the Elefrost buffs, but I imagine it's probably not very good. In the offlane, he just nullifies any matchup he plays against. Like, nobody has a winning matchup into Steel, so like, you just instantly make the lane null and void, right? If they pick some character that wants to run over the offlaner, you pick Steve. Unlucky, they don't get to run over the offlaner anymore. Really annoying. Good team, really good team fight. If your team is following up on any of your abilities, then enemies should just be falling down every time you hit them with a button. Good champ. Terra was like really bad, and then they buffed her, and she was okay, and then they nerfed her. Which was a little odd. I was not expecting that, to be honest. As far as Terra goes, I'd probably put her okay. Low-key, she might be closer to B tier. She was like pretty bad, and then they buffed her, and then she was like okay with the buffs, and then they nerfed her again. They buffed her axe and then nerfed all of her damage, and I don't really know why. Terra mid is probably her best role at the moment. Like, truly. I think Terra mid is is probably the best place to play her. You play her into Rena, and it's like it's an easy matchup. It's a really good matchup into Rena. But I don't know why else you'd play her. Like, they're just, like, any of these other bruisers up here are just, like, Terra but better. And I just don't know why you'd play her at the moment. Fay. I find Fay too inconsistent. I don't know, man. Like, Q-Aug's really... It's the same thing I said last time I made a tier list, man. Q-Aug is really good. It's really annoying to play against. I think you're playing a character with fairly low lane prio. The only way that you really have lane prio against most mages is if you Emax and run at them, but that opens you up to ganks, and it makes your wave clear bad, so you still have to spend more time clearing the wave, even if you have the 1v1 potential. It's just, like, kind of gross. Like, I just don't really... Her ult is inconsistent. I don't really know why you'd play Fay at the moment. I don't know, man. If they don't change something about her ultimate, I just don't see why you'd pick her, honestly. I just don't think she's that good. Twin Blast, probably the best carry in the game. This champ is a little demonic at the moment. Really, really good mobility, incredible lane clear, really hard to catch. Wins 1v1s, has really good spacing, right? Nade from afar, plus the fact your Q is a little bit further than auto range, lets you space really hard with your ultimate, and then you can just poke out enemy carries to the point where if they do 1v you, they just lose. Character's just really good. Really good. Wraith. I think Wraith is okay. I'll put Wraith down a tier. Most people should not be playing Wraith in ranked. But that's just, like, again, you have to hit about, like, you have to hit like 75% of your shots on this character to make him good. He has a very good matchup into a couple of mid laners. He's really good into Iggy. He is, again, I know last time I made a tier list, I believe I said something about how Wraith wasn't good into Iggy anymore. He is once again good into Iggy. You cannot go magic power Wraith into Iggy. If you go physical Wraith into Iggy, he's good into it. The champ is good. Struggles against tanks, but the champ is good. I don't really know why you'd play it, man. Like, you're playing a low clear mid laner for why? Like, for what reason are you playing a low clear mid laner? I think mid prio is so important at the moment, even in ranked. Like, you guys might not even feel how important mid prio is in your games, but like, I promise you, mid prio is affecting your games, right? I promise you it's affecting your games in ranked. It is, yeah. I don't know. I just don't think you should play low clear mids at the moment. Wraith support does more damage than mid Wraith. I mean, it does more damage throughout a game because all you're doing is shooting the enemy, yeah. Like, mid Wraith has to clear minions and shit. Wukong, as an offlaner, nerfed significantly. The nerf to high impact is a huge nerf to Wukong offlane. Still playable, just much, much slower. As far as Wukong jungle is concerned, pretty good if you can play it. I'd probably put him A+. If you're good at Wukong, it's pretty good. If you're not good at Wukong, it's pretty bad. But in the jungle, I still think he's good. In the offlane, I'd probably put him A tier. He's playable. He's significantly slower in the offlane. Like, you don't full clear the lane at like level 3, right? You full clear the lane at like, you know, level 7, and even then it's probably like ERMB. You probably have to use 2 abilities on it. It's just like it's significantly slower than it once was, which makes it lower. About mid, same thing as offlane, just significantly slower. Right. I in my opinion, it'd probably still be playable, right? But it's significantly slower. Like, so much of the upside of playing Wukong in a lane is the fact that you can one-shot the wave. You can literally one-shot the wave and walk away. And now you don't actually one-shot the wave, right? You hit the wave, and then you have to hit there, and you auto it 5 times. And that is, you know, a mid ability. You're getting hit by, you're taking damage, right? The enemy laner is clearing the wave, right? It's like all these things where the fact that his wave clear is worse hurts him in many, many ways. Yin, pretty good, honestly. Like, honestly, might be A+. I'm going to put her A tier. I think she's a little matchup dependent. There's some things that absolutely piss on Yin. Like Fangmau, Crunch, Boris, Mourn. I think these characters just absolutely shit on Yin. She has some really good matchups into things like Richter or Rampage. But I think she does get absolutely schmeeded upon by many of the good bruisers at the moment. But I do think she's good. She has good lane clear, really good, like 2-3 items. She comes online really, really hard. Has a lot of healing, really good 1v1 potential. hits objectives really well, that kind of thing. But just a little slower. You need frontline. That's the other thing. You can't play Yin if you don't have frontline. You absolutely have to have frontline on your team. Good against Rena too. Yeah, good against Rena for sure. Side note, your Yin ult does not stop Rena ult. Rena ult is not like a projectile. You can stop her. I believe you can stop her right click and her E and her Q, but you cannot stop her ultimate. Just a side note. Yuri, low-key OP. People don't play this character because it got nerfed a lot, but low-key still really good. Primarily as a jungler. You can still play her in the off lane, but like I don't think it's very good. It's fine. Like in the off lane, it's okay. Your healing is significantly worse, so like your early game pressure is not as good because you don't have consistent healing. Your healing, it's not that your healing's inconsistent, it's that your healing is worse. In the jungle, character's very good, just needs skill. Still permabanned and ranked, very good character. Zerys, like average jungler. Really good ultimate, decent jungle clear, but doesn't do a lot else, right? If people aren't dying when you cage them, the game is going to be really fucking hard. Like, whenever you walk into a fight and you cage somebody, they should be dying. If they are not dying, then your game is going to be incredibly hard. But decent clear, good ultimate, that kind of thing. Zinx, pretty bad in my opinion. I don't know why you're playing this character. If you're playing Zinx, please, for the love of God, do not go the double heal augment. People are still buying that shit and it bugs me. That is just not a good augment. Do not buy that. Please go stun augment. Stun augment is insane. I do not know why people are going double heal. But I don't think she's that good, period. I think she's just okay. Like decent lane pressure, really annoying to play against, can stop bases, kind of like Decker. Decent team fight, has res, kind of shits on a couple of characters like Serath and Fangmau, kind of get cucked by Zinx because if you just res their target, they don't get the reset and then they just lose. But yeah, not great. And then Rena. Insane. Very, very, very insane. The character, her passive stays on the ground too long, which means that it's too hard to zone her off of it. Which means even if you're playing a prio matchup, like if you're not killing her, she's still stacking, right? Even if she's 1 HP under tower, she's still just getting all her stacks. As far as augments go, Rena support is playable. Do not ever go Q augment on Rena support. Do not do it. Lifesteal is not worth it. I promise you the lifesteal is not worth it. Losing the execute on Rena Q is insane. That is the worst drawback in the game. Not do that. Go passive augment. It's pretty good. I'm going passive augment most of the time in mid lane anyway. I think it's better. I think the shield augment is like okay. I think the passive augment makes your lane much more playable. But yeah, just an insane character. Does too much damage. Has an execute. Really good. Really good team fight ultimate. Really consistent damage. Good at killing tanks. Good at killing squishies. Just a pretty nuts champ at the moment, to be honest. As far as like moving anything, I feel like I would move some of these down. Like I would probably move like those 3 down. Something like that. But yeah, I feel fairly happy with that tier list. If you guys are watching this on YouTube, of course, ask questions in the comment section. I'll get to them, when you guys see it. But yeah, I think that's the tier list. It should be fairly similar to the last one. Honestly, not a crazy amount has changed. I don't know what the last one looked like, but it should be fairly similar. But yeah, what to play in ranked. Now you know. The more you know. Solid spread, balanced decently. The game tends to be balanced fairly good, man. The balance of the game tends to be fairly good. Again, outliers are fine, right? Like there will always be outliers, right? Like these 3 are like significant outliers in my opinion. Like even maybe Boris at the moment. But Boris, part of the issue with Boris is just that he's easy to play, right? Like this character plays the game for you. So it's one of those where it's like the fact that his stats are just like a little bit too high is what breaks it because it's so easy to play. That Steel Wall doesn't block Rena ult. Yeah, no. Her ult does not count as a projectile. The rest of her abilities are projectiles. Her right click, excuse me. Rena right click, E and Q are all projectiles. Her ult is not. Her ult does not get stopped by Steel Wall or in ultimate. How's Seb mid right now? Pretty good, in my opinion. You say Mourn is S tier? Yeah, offlane. Just play him offlane. You just run at people. You always win. Too much healing, too much damage.